Ooh, talk about doctors, talk about lawyers, talk about leaders. The teacher is key.
On this note, good morning once again. This press conference is called by the SRC of main campus and Ajumako campuses to address the student fraternity and the general public. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, members of the media, good morning and welcome to this very important press conference. The Student Representative Council of Winneba and Ajumako campuses of UEW wishes to express our sincerest gratitude to the chairman and the entire members of the governing council, the dean, the vice dean, and the staffs of the office of the Dean of Student Affairs, the Director of Security, the Honorable Minister of Education, the Honorable Minister of State in charge of tertiary education, the Central Regional Minister, doubles as the chairman of the Regional Security Committee, RECSEC, the Regional Police Command, for their tireless effort in restoring order and maintaining peace on the Ajumako and Winneba campuses of the University of Education, Winneba. We also wish to acknowledge the executives of the University Students Association of Ghana and the National Union of Ghana Students, NUCS and UTAG, and Distance Education Students Association, DESA, UEW, for their immense support. The SRC of Winneba and Ajumako campuses deem it very necessary to address the media, UEW student fraternity, the general public on the recent happening in respect of Winneba and Ajumako campuses. The SRC seeks to use this press forum to set the record straight, reiterate our position, make an assessment of the happenings on Winneba and Ajumako campuses, which led to the closure of these campuses, and prefer the way forward. Ladies and gentlemen, setting the record straight. Students Representative Council want to state emphatically that it did not initiate, take part, or sponsor the lawlessness visited on our Winneba and Ajumako campuses by sections of this great university. These regrettable events unfortunately led to the indefinite closure of Winneba and Ajumako campuses. The SRC, as the official mouthpiece of the students, want to state for emphasis that it has not, till now, received any notification, submission, or presentation of any grievance, either formally or informally, from any of their aggrieved students. The Council consequently disassociates itself completely from the process and subsequent destruction of private and public properties or facilities. We proceed to condemn in no uncertain terms these acts of lawlessness and wanton destruction caused to lives and properties. Even though the Council appreciates that students at one point or the other may have grievance, the Council is of the opinion that said grievance should, by all means, be expressed, but in accordance with the laid down processes established for right-thinking people to address their grievances and concerns. As the official mouthpiece of the students' body, We are determined to pursue with passion and interest the welfare of students if the appropriate channels are used in making these demands known, and wish to assure that such will be attended to with all the needed attention it deserves. We wish to sound a word of caution to individuals and group of miscreants who are using the SRC name and logo without authorization to foment trouble by flouting announcements and notices to desist immediately from such unscrupulous act. We wish to make mention of the flyer released on Monday 11th March 2019 in the name of the SRC, sanctioning the demonstration and asking students to boycott all academic activities and join the illegal demonstration. And the subsequent use of the Council official soft communication template on Tuesday 9th March 2019, which also called on all students to report back on campus on Friday 2nd March 2019. As a result of this act, we wish to use this medium to inform all students and the general public that henceforth all communications purported to come from the council using the said template should be disregarded with the needed contempt it deserves. Condemnation of external hands and forces. The Student Representative Council wished to state for the avoidance of doubt that the unfortunate distraction caused to public and private property, which occurred on Thursday 14th March 2019, was initiated, sanctioned, sponsored by some unseen hands. These unseen hands are driven by their selfish, egoistic desire to at all costs bring the name of the university into disrepute and make it a public object of ridicule in the pursuit of their own parochial interests. This position of ours is based on reliable and credible intelligence available to us. The Council wishes to state that upon what we witness, interactions with colleagues, students, and examination of some footages from the events of the distraction clearly pointing to act of hooliganism and the highest level of lawlessness was done by some students of this noble university with active connivance with tax from elsewhere and the tactic support and sponsorship from some members of our highly respected community. We saw Dr. Cheche Frimpong Duku on AM talk show broadcast live on Joy News a day after the devastation on Friday, 15th March 2019, openly declared support for the lawlessness and deceived the general public that there is no SRC. At the end of the day, it is the actions of some sections of the students from the Department of Health, Physical Education, Recreation and Sports, IPES, to start a very peaceful protest to bring back their lecturers on Monday, 11th March 2019, and continued on the following Tuesday and Wednesday, albeit without the due processes that opened the door for opportunists to step in to introduce violence and wanton destruction to private and public property in order to make the current management of the university unpopular. It is these unseen or external hands that brought in tax to cause mayhem and destruction, which unfortunately led to the indefinite closure of the said campuses on Thursday, 14th March 2019 by the Regional Security Council, RECSEC. We commend RECSEC for their timely intervention and further escalation and distraction on these campuses. Council hereby condemn the diabolic tactics adopted by these unseen hands to bring the name of the university into disrepute by sanctioning this illegal demonstration, which our dear students are ultimately the affected parties. The SRC wishes to state that never again should the university witness such a macabre in the near future. We also wish to commend the governing council of the university for taking steps so far in reopening the university for academic security on Winneba and Najumako campuses for peace reconciliation of the university. The council notes with deep regret the involvement of national officers of the University Teachers Association of Ghana, UTAG, led by its national president, Dr. Eric Opoku. Dr. Opoku and his team of executives came to Winneba the night before the escalation of the event to meet a section of the students at SEMSA Clubhouse. Urged them on in their illegal demonstration, assured them of their support. The next morning, UTAG issues a statement openly throwing their support behind the illegal protest and urging the students not to back down until their demands are acceded to. They further went on to call on our able Vice Chancellor, Reverend Father Anthony Afubroni, PhD, to resign from office within 3 days or face their wrath. The council finds this development and utterances very unfortunate and worrying given the place of UTAG in tertiary education. These are people who came from various universities themselves and are expected to know better the structures and channels of communication, as well as sanctioning for misconduct and illegal demonstrations. Are they implying that what pertains in their various universities, they should tell us that in their respective universities, employees are not disciplined? Perhaps what is happening at their respective universities is even worse. On what basis should they sanction such lawless demonstration, unlawful demonstration? Sorry. We find the position of UTAG to be very hypocritical, since it is at sharp variance with the one they took during the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, KUST, unrest in the recent past. We see cynicism and the malicious intent to destabilize our university for God knows what purpose. We expected that as a neutral arbiter in resolving whatever issues that existed, UTAG could have engaged all sides in dialogue and negotiations, and not to side with one against the other. In any case, if they knew that demonstration was solution to problems, why didn't they embark upon it themselves? But rather use vulnerable students. We believe they should come out to take full responsibility for whatever has happened. We have also taken notice of the activities of some faceless individuals posing as alumni, trying frantically to discredit the leadership of the SRC and to bring our name into disrepute and public ridicule. We wish to make clear that the current leadership of the council remains resolute, determined, and focused in serving the interests of the general student body. We will certainly do in accordance with laid down processes. We, however, wish to seize this medium to urge all these faceless people to follow due process if they indeed have any modicum of credibility. They should channel their concerns and grievances, if well intended, through known and due processes of the university, rather than resorting to extra prejudicial tactics and inciting vulnerable students to embark on demonstrations and protests. This ultimately not only embarrass us, but lead to the disruptions of academic activity on campus at the deterrent of current students. We humbly appeal to these groups of people not to be selfish, as to disallow the current group of students of this noble university from acquiring our certificate in order to join the alumni and to help contribute our quota to the development of Mother UEW. We believe and think without a doubt that UEW alumni can do better than what we are currently witnessing. Impact of damage. The Council is deeply saddened by the level of destruction that these illegal demonstrations have done to the properties of the Council, the university, as well as private property. All three buses of the Council have had their windscreen smashed with stones. Other academic user facilities that enhances teaching and learning have, in one way or the other, been not spared. To cite few, the cause of the destruction of Osajefo Library, the School of Business block, the Home Economics Lecture Theatre, the ICT Center at South Campus, the newly constructed School of Creative Art building, lecture theatres at the Department of Art Education, just to mention but few, have been unfortunately damaged, rendering them unfit for their current use. Council is aware that 23 of our colleague students sustained acute inhalation and various degrees of injuries, and were rushed to various health facilities within the municipality for treatment. Fortunately, all these 23 affected persons were treated and discharged. Our thought and prayers and best wishes are with these affected persons. Actions taken by the SRC so far. The Council met with the national executives of the University Students Association of Ghana, UTAG, led by National President Kingsley Sapon Akoa, on the 21st of March 2019 in this very venue at our Winneba campus to discuss the way forward for resuming academic work. We together met with management of the university for fruitful discussion on the way forward to the opening of the university for academic work. Council has subsequently met with the regional minister, Honorable Kwame Nadanka, in his capacity as chairman of REXIC, to make it a priority for necessary measures to be put in place for resumption of academic work. We wish to announce that we received very positive and reassuring indications that everything is being done to ensure that the university opens for academic work in the soonest period of time. The Council has very fruitful discussion with the regional security coordinator relative to issues on ensuring a peaceful environment for teaching and learning on our Winneba and Ajumako campuses. We can assure our student fraternity and the university community that the necessary measures are being taken to secure everyone. The Council has initiated moves to meet with the Minister of Education, Honorable Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh, and the Minister of State in charge of tertiary education, Prof. Kwesi Yanka, to discuss issues relative to the happenings of UEW. The SRC appealed to the university management and REXIC, chaired by the Central Regional Minister, Honorable Kwame Duncan to, as a matter of urgency, put in measures to bring students back for the continuation of academic work, as prolonged stay at home is not in our interest. The Council commends the Governing Council of the University for its altruistic act of heeding to appeals by well-meaning Ghanaians for peace by creating a window of opportunity for affected staff to petition it for their case to be reviewed on case by case. It is our prayer that this initiative will put the matter to rest permanently. The Council wishes to state emphatically that the call in the media by various groups for the Vice-Chancellor to resign and for the Governing Council of the University to be dissolved is very unfortunate, given their enviable performance in their short spell in office. We believe the way to go is not to engage in media war to the deterrent of the university. We wish to implore all affected persons who felt that their decisions of the Governing Council have been unfair to them, by all means to pursue their case through laid down processes at the university and eventually to court if no internal resolution is reached. And we wish to state on record that indeed current management of the university led by the Vice-Chancellor Reverend Father Anthony Afubroni indeed is leading a student-centered administration, and all students can attest to that, that indeed he initiated meeting the general student body on the last Friday of every month for us to air our views and concerns. And we believe that all students who are aggrieved and have grievances, if they cannot follow that due process, they should calmly stay calm. When we resume as a student-centered administration, we will definitely meet and trash our internal issues internally. The Council wishes to serve notice that henceforth all students should channel their grievances and concern through the communication channels in the university, and processes to be followed in organizing demonstrations, rallies, and processions, either on campus or off campus, as enshrined in the Student Undergraduate Handbook on Rules and Regulations of the University of Education Winneba, as contained in pages 50 to 51 and 59 to 60 respectively, as well as the Public Order Act, Act 1994, Act 491. Finally, we wish all students the best in these hard times, and also admonish that they stay calm and out of trouble, as the leadership of the Council work tirelessly with management towards recalling students back to campus in the earliest possible time. Council will duly communicate to students on any further development. We further state that the doors of the Council are always open to providing the needed assistance to students, and will continue to serve the interests of the students at all times. This note, we thank you all for your time and your kind attention. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Long live UEW SRC, long live UEW, and long live Mother Ghana. We thank you all for your kind attention. We are very grateful.